both information and misinformation injected into this situation, none of which is to the benefit of the community when it comes to that misinformation. So I think, so I lost my train of thought.
What the fuck was that?
I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be.
Welcome to the show. You're one-on-one with Wes the Sports Guy here on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey, and online all the time at westhesportsguy.com. Bookmark that site if you want to get all my social media links, the podcast link, leave a 5-star review if you like what you're listening to on all the various podcast platforms that this show is available on. You can get that link conveniently located for you at westhesportsguy.com. Before I delve into this week's topic, make sure you go to coffeebrandcoffee.com. Get yourself some delicious salted caramel. Use the promo code OneOnOneWest to save some money at checkout, or click the link in the description below of this video. Make sure you give it a try at coffeebrandcoffee.com. Use that promo code OneOnOneWest. Salted caramel is my favorite. It is my go-to for coffee at coffeebrandcoffee.com. Use that promo code OneOnOneWest. Alas, as an Angels fan, which you can clearly see from this is not even half of what I own as a long-time, lifelong Angels fan. Artie Moreno, the worst Major League Baseball owner currently, is not selling the Angels, and this was announced a few months ago that he was going to say, screw it, I'm gonna not sell the team, I'm in it for the long haul. I want to bring a championship to Anaheim, to the LA Angels, whatever the hell he wants to call them. But again, I'm being a bit facetious in that statement that he put out, announcing that he was not going to be selling the team, that he was going to go at it for the long haul and want to bring a championship, so on and so forth, the usual tropes of what an owner would say when he decides that, I'm going to double and triple down on my stupidity and my way of running things, the way things are going now with this franchise. But this was a once proud franchise. And I say proud because you could also say they were maybe the lovable losers, not so much like the Chicago Cubs, because, you love to see the Cubs lose every year, up until 2016 when they won their first World Series title in 108 years, but that's besides the point. The Angels were not contenders at all from their beginnings in 1961 as the Los Angeles Angels at that time. California Angels, Anaheim Angels, everything, so on and so forth, being owned by Disney. Of all the corporations in the world, yes, that was a rough patch indeed. As an Angels fan, that's also it was just before that Disney bought the Angels that I became a fan in 1995. Long story short, that was one of the worst years to be an Angel fan, the epic collapse in September. But going back to Artie Moreno, and what was a success after they had won a World Series under Disney ownership in 2002, that miracle season that we will never forget, with Artie Moreno now as the owner. Yeah, he reduced beer prices. Yes, he went on a spending spree, bringing in the future Hall of Famer Vladimir Guerrero, Bartolo Colon, Kelvin Escobar to a lesser extent, but that offseason was huge going into 2004. Artie Moreno was not afraid to spend money to put a winning ball club out there. It was a very good, sustained success for the better part of a decade, from 2004 to 2014. That is also the last time the Angels made the postseason, was in 2014. We're now working on almost a decade of no postseason play by this franchise. And in this last decade, almost, under Artie Moreno's tenure, they have two of the best players in Major League Baseball during this time. Mike Trout, who was a part of that roster in 2014, that was his only postseason appearance so far in his career. And they have now Shohei Ohtani, who is widely considered the best player in Major League Baseball right now. He pitches and he hits. Enough said. He is the modern-day Babe Ruth. But looking at this tenure of Artie Moreno, is there anything that says to you that things are going to change with him doubling down and staying as the owner of the Angels? I say this as an Angels fan. I want it to be true that things will change. But there are some things that are just sticking in the back of my mind that say, I don't see it changing anytime soon. Look at what is happening to the roster up and down. Yes, the Angels did spend all 20 of their not first round picks, but all 20 of their draft picks in total a few seasons ago on nothing but pitching. We all knew and know pitching has been a major problem with this franchise for the better part of this last decade. So, okay, you spent an entire draft on getting pitchers. Kudos to you. Fantastic. Good job. All the way around. Except there's one gigantic problem. If you're not putting in the work that is required of developing these players at the lower levels and the AAA, AA levels as well, the players themselves are pretty pissed off that there has not been enough compensation, investment going into the facilities, going into player development. He's penny pinching. Artie Moreno is clearly penny pinching at the minor league level. Thus, you're going to have pissed off players. Thus, you're going to have players that are not going to want to put in that extra effort to get to the big leagues, knowing that, hey, if I just bide my time, I'll get the hell out of here and go to a different organization and say, hey, holy crap, it's actually done right in these other places. What the hell's going on here? So is Artie going to change that? Is he going to change that mindset at the minor league level? At the manager level, Mike Scioscia was there for over 2 decades, it seems. But when Scioscia finally went away and hasn't managed since being with the Angels, they had a one-and-done season with Brad Ausmus. That was a disaster. Then they went out and got their guy, Joe Maddon. He was the bench coach for the Angels in 2002 during that magical World Series run. Joe Maddon obviously left to manage the Tampa Bay Rays after that. He also managed the Chicago Cubs that won that World Series in 2016. First time in 108 years. He was manager of that team. Artie Moreno went out and got his guy, got Joe Maddon. Didn't work out. He ended up getting fired not even 2 full months into last season, and he was replaced by now current manager Phil Nevin. He was the interim last year, but Artie Moreno decided to say, you know what? I think Phil Nevin's our guy. Gave him a 2-year contract to say, go get him. I did a video during last season showing my disgust for how this team was playing, and I put it all on Phil Nevin at the time because that is how the team is representing based off of how their manager is managing the freaking game. I do not believe in Phil Nevin. I do not think this is going to work, and the contract that they gave him proves that to me. They don't even believe it's going to work. So I'd like to be proven wrong. I'm going to give a wait-and-see approach, once again, being the Angel fan that I am, but I have no faith in Phil Nevin. And really, what it all boils down to here with Artie Moreno is that the trust is gone. It's gone. It's been gone for a while. And really, the trust disappeared for me. I'm going to say it again. A player overdosed and died during the season. Tyler Skaggs. Evidence has been put forth to suggest that the then communications director, Tim Mead at the time for the Angels, was aware of this happening by a former employee that was supplying Skaggs and Matt Harvey and other players with these substances during the season. And at that point in time, I believe, based off of the evidence that was put forth, that Tim Mead knew what was going on and said nothing to anybody, including Artie Moreno. So again, Artie, are you surrounding yourself with competent people that have some type of merit attached to themselves, that when problems arise, they're going to tell you about those problems? Because it suggests to me, with the way that you're running the minor league system for the last decade, that you're not doing what's best for the organization. You're doing what's best for you and your bottom line. You are no better than the other owners. Insert about 15 or 16 other major league teams that only look at the bottom line. They don't care about anything but their pockets. Artie, you're no better than them. This is my opinion, but based off of the facts at hand, I do not have any faith that you are going to do anything different now that you're doubling down and staying as the owner of the Angels. I am willing to be proven wrong. I have been willing to be proven wrong on a lot of things that I have said over the years on this channel, whether it be at YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, or Odyssey. But on this one, I am greatly disappointed that you did not feel you could let go of something that you could have easily done a huge cash grab on and gone and done your own thing with it and just let it alone. You tried. You had a good run for a decade, but now we're working on this second decade of no postseason baseball, with two of the best players in Major League Baseball at hand right now, and not a freaking thing is being done about it. It's the same old every year, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. So please, for everything, change your habits. Let's put in the work that needs to be done and just open up that pocketbook a little bit. Quit worrying about your bottom line. This is something that you want to go all in on. Prove it. Prove it to yourself and prove it to the fan base, because we are freaking sick and tired of this. Every year, it's pretty much the same damn thing. This is a critical one, especially with Ohtani's pending free agency coming up. So I got to say right now, make sure things are all set up for success, because if it doesn't happen this year, Ohtani's gone, and that gigantic cash cow that you're making money off of right now goes with it. So, best of luck. I'd like to see them win a wild card spot, but as of right now, I don't see it. And it's going to start with you, Artie. You, currently, are the worst owner in Major League Baseball. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell below to get notified when all the latest videos are posted on this channel, whether it be YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, or Odyssey. Make sure you bookmark WestonSportsGuy.com to get all my social media links, the podcast link. Leave a 5-star review if you like what you're listening to on all the various podcast platforms. Also, when you go to coffeebrandcoffee.com, use that promo code OneOnOneWest to save some money at checkout, or click the link in the description below of this video. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you next time.